Welcome to a new fragrance review. Today we're going to try John Varvatos by John Varvatos. So I got two little kit of 3 fragrance each by John Varvatos. In those kit there's Vintage that I already did a review, and there's Artisan that is there in both kit, but still I will be able to do a review of 4 new fragrance. So John Varvatos come in that little kit with Vintage and Artisan. Here what it looked like. I think that kit is pretty old. I'm not quite sure. I don't see any dates on it, so it's hard to say. And they all came in a little plastic like that, and the atomizer for this is a big square with silver, like built-in atomizer in the thing, and that's pretty much it. So let's try the smell. So at first, there's a lot of thing going on. First note that I really distinguish, it's a balsam fir. Pick up some date. Pick up something sweet like amber, vanilla, caramel, something like that. Some other green notes. Pick up some tamarind. I think I'm picking up some oud also. Maybe some olibanum. And that's pretty much it. On my skin, what I'm picking up is really everything at the same time. It's really hard to say that there's anything going on that is like the main note in the opening. There's tamarind, that it's not a note that I'm really used to, but when I look at the description of what it is online, it really matches what I'm smelling. So this is one of the notes I'm picking up. I'm picking up some amber, some dates, some fir, some vanilla, some caramel, some green notes, some olibanum, some hay, some syrinx, some oud, and somehow I'm kind of taking some leather notes, but I would say it's probably the whatever they put in the amber accord and the oud together that kind of give that note a little bit. In the heart, I'm picking up a lot of tamarind and a lot of styrax, also a lot of oud. I'm picking up a little bit of amber, a little bit of dates, a little bit of fir, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of caramel, a little bit of green notes, a little bit of olibanum, and a little bit of hay. And I'm still kind of smelling like that kind of leather aspect of the fragrance, but it's not enough, again, to really call it as a leather note. It's more of the way it is. It kind of gives like ideas of leather, and if leather was actually a type of fragrance, that would be a leather fragrance, even though there's no leather. In the base, I'm picking up still a lot of tamarind, a lot of styrax, a lot of oud, and at that point all those other notes have mostly disappeared, taking a little bit of amber, and still have a little bit of that idea of leather. Projection is average, little bubble around me, we're able to pick it up. Longevity also is average, 3 to 6 hours that it was lasting on my skin. That's pretty much what you can expect from that brand. Average projection, average longevity. For the complete don't break down, it's a really linear fragrance, as you can imagine, with the fact that it's pretty much the thing the whole time. The notes are leather, amber, tamarind, dates, balsam fir, vanilla, caramel, herbal note, olibanum, hay, styrax, and oud. And the order I said them, it's on Fragrantica, and the first one is leather, so it means a lot of people vote for a leather being a note. But for me, it's there, it has that idea of leather, the way it's built. I think it's more of a complex leather accord that is not quite leathery, more than actually a leather note in there. So I don't agree with leather being the strongest note. But it also might be how my skin react that made this. Where I would see this fragrance, I think it would be a really great business fragrance. It's really masculine, really unique, a little bit bold. I would say that it might smell a little bit dated for a lot of people. Again, it's something you expect from John Varvatos. He makes like more kind of old school fragrance. So it have that little kind of feel, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just how I think it is. And for a business fragrance, I actually think it's really great. As a dating fragrance, I don't think it's really there. It's not that type of scent. It's a little bit too bold, too rough for that, especially with today's standard that it's something really sweet. There is some sweetness, but I wouldn't call it a sweet fragrance. In the summer winter spectrum, I think it will fall more in the middle. It won't really cut it for the cold, won't really cut it for summer, might be a bit intense for summer. I think it's summer might be a little bit better than in winter. The smell is not necessarily summery, but the projection is not crazy enough to be too bad, or you can just be like more light on the sprays, and it should work pretty fine. In winter, though, it really won't work. And the scent itself, I would say, might feel a little bit more toward fall. So in fall could be a good time to wear it, or late summer. Actually, if you like the scent, you can wear it anytime, but in my opinion, those are the seasons. And as an everyday scent, I don't think it will be really great. It's a bit old school. Sometimes those fragrances work really well with your chemistry, so it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's bold. It's not really a clean scent. It's more like how to explain it. Not dirty. It's not really the right word. It's not like clean by itself. It's just more rough or something like that. So I don't think it'll be a good fragrance for an everyday scent. Also, it doesn't last the whole day, and though if you get little atomizer like that, it's not such a problem. It's easy to just put it in your pocket and bring it with you, but you don't necessarily want to do this. So those fragrances tend to be kind of cheap, so you might do it. You might get a bottle, bring it with you. It seems to be really hard, so still doable. Even a big bottle the shape is easy to bring. I don't have like a bottle of John Varvatos, but I have like another from that brand, and it would be easy to transport. So you can make it work. It's just the problem is the longevity, though it's not quite a style unless it works on you. So it's not a good everyday scent unless you like old school, kind of leathery, rough kind of fragrance. Personally, I was surprised by the scent. I expected it to smell way more like leather, though I'm not like disappointed or anything. I think it's a really interesting scent. I'm happy to have it. A little atomizer would be really, really enough for me. It's really interesting to analyze. There's a lot of more rare note like dates, tamarind, but even Styrax. Styrax is kind of rare that we smell it, and I think that Oud Styrax accord is really interesting. It's not the kind of accord that we're used to. Usually Oud is maybe leather, tobacco, or with rose, vanilla, or nut Styrax. So it makes a really interesting fragrance, but I think it's more interesting to analyze it than to wear it. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If it's the case, we'll like and share. If you tried this fragrance, John Varvatos by John Varvatos, tell me what you think about it. Also, if you're a big fan of the brand, tell me which is your favorite fragrance. So, thanks for watching, and see you soon.